Afternoon, guys. Uh, I know most of the speakers are like tech guys, tech suppliers. I think Island Rose is more of on the client side and maybe a case study of what small business can be once they employ technology. So before we start, I have a short video so that I don't have to explain to you what Island Rose is. Can you play the video, please?
These are your flowers. We grow them inside modern greenhouses so that they are protected from harmful elements such as weather change, pests, and diseases. They are also fed the right nutrients, giving them the vibrant colors that Island Rose is known for. Your flowers are always fresh, beautiful, and direct from the farm. When you order from Island Rose, it goes through a sophisticated sales system to make sure your gifts arrive in a timely manner. And rest assured that your orders are professionally handled by the first and most experienced online flower delivery service in the Philippines. We know you are delivering a very important message, so we hire the very best couriers in the country. Polite and in uniform, they will deliver your message with love and care. And if for some reason something goes wrong, just let us know and we will try our very best to make it right. At Island Rose, we have one singular purpose: to keep your relationships alive. So, the next time you have something important to say it with Island Rose. Island Rose, keeping relationships alive since 1984.
Okay, so basically, Island Rose is a flower and gift delivery service, which delivers all over the Philippines. We get was mentioned, we have around half our orders from overseas Filipinos and foreigners, and the next half from just purely local. Now, like I said, it's going to be a case study. So I just want to tell you the story. There's no better way to explain the way we did it than just to tell the story from how we transformed from a farm to sort of a e-commerce company. Okay, so just a little bit about us. Island Rose is a business unit of what we call Philippine Cut Flower Corporation, which is a very old company. It's been there since 1983. It's a farm. It was actually my father's farm. And as with all farms go, it's not very tech based. So we basically started with farmers. Today, it's the most modern flower farm in the country. We use greenhouses to grow our flowers. Our greenhouses are the most modern greenhouses, I think, in almost any industry here. It's fully computer controlled, weather control. We have the automated irrigation, all those things. It was also the first nationwide flower delivery service. I'll tell you more about this later. It's the first internet-based farm-to-market sales system. So it's straight from farm to market without the retailers in the middle. We've also been there since 2000. That's our website. We like it very simple. We like it very direct. We don't like a lot of frills in our website. So it's very intuitive. Okay. Well, we've grown from just roses when we started in 2000. Now we're a full-blown flowers and gifts company. We have all sorts of stuff. We have jewelry, we have roses, we have stuffed toys, we have all sorts of flowers, all sorts of stuff there. So it's grown in that way. We even have fruit baskets, all those things. We also run 3 websites now. We have a pure gift website called Express Regalo. We have a discount flower website, and together with Island Rose. You might know us in other ways. We supply a lot of people also on a wholesale basis, which is our old business, this side. These are brands that you're probably familiar with. We supply them on a wholesale basis. This side, some of these are old. We also supply Google, all those guys when they send gifts to their suppliers and stuff. And also other companies like, for example, Pro Flowers. If you order in the US, whether it's Pro Flowers 1-800 or Interflora, when it's Philippine bound, we assemble and deliver for them. So it doesn't really matter where you order. If you order from Europe, if it's Philippine bound, chances are we're the ones assembling and delivering for them. Okay, we've had continuous growth since 2000. Obviously, from nothing, it's very easy to grow from zero. So it's continuous. We haven't had a bad year since 2000. Our bad year is lesser growth. Our good year is more exponential growth. We were the best practice model for the World Trade Organization. We were constantly a case study. We've won the Agora Award. We were nominated for the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year. And basically, it's proof that e-commerce is viable even in the Philippines. Okay. So I'd like to tell you the story how we started. And I'd like to tell you this story from our perspective as a very small business. So like many businesses, we have what we call the supply chain. So there's us. I put a farm, but it really represents a small business. But since we're a farm, I put a farm now. So the supply chain goes through, just like any business, you have the source, then you'll probably have a wholesaler, probably more than one, retailers, probably more than one before it reaches the customer. Now, the problem with this is each part of the supply chain has expenses margins. It's basically a separate business altogether. So I'd like to put this in a very simple way. So if the source produces something for $100, they have a $30 margin. It gets to the wholesaler, $130, then $30 margin, and then goes to the retailer, $160, $40 margin, and then by the time it reaches the consumer, it's basically $200. That's what happens throughout any business. So what we thought was, why don't we just go through from the source straight to the customer through a website, and we called it islandrose.net, and sell straight to our consumers. Of course, we could not do this overnight. Obviously, it's been 17 years that we've been trying that we've been doing this. So by doing this, I mean, just to put it again on more simplistic terms, we produce something at 100. Instead of 30, we'll put 50 margin, $50 margin on it. Pay our couriers $20, and the consumer still saves 30 pesos from the $30 from the 200 that they had paid earlier. So all of us benefit. The consumer benefits from lower prices, and we're able to have a larger margin because we went straight to the consumer. Now the challenge there is how to do it, because anyone can build a website. A lot of people say they know online marketing and all these things, and a lot of people think they know the setup, for example, logistics. So it's very challenging. So it's a lot of things, especially during when we started in 2000. There was not a lot of tech companies. In fact, the person who built my website was a guy who did educational software. So they weren't even web developers. So it's a long process. So now, by doing this, by going straight to our consumer, we developed some key selling propositions, some really unique ones. For example, the products are delivered fresher because it comes straight from the farm and then it just goes through a courier. We avoid the whole supply chain cost and the chances that they will not be fresh, because the supply chain takes time, and we have highly perishable products. So the products actually get there fresher. In fact, one day after harvest, we're able to get them. No, maybe 2 or 3 days after harvest, we have to put them in a cold storage first. So we are able to get them to the client the next day after they order. So another thing is lower costs, just as I demonstrated. It's another unique selling proposition that we developed through this system. And because we're the farm, we're also the authority in the field. I'm sure you have a lot of experiences with retailers that when you ask them a question, they don't know the answer. And they're going to have to refer to the supplier or the producer of the product because they don't know the answer. Now, because we go straight to our consumer and we're passionate about what we do, we're farmers. So we're able to give them the proper product knowledge, straight from ourselves. There's no middlemen in terms of customer service as well. So it's a very unique experience. And of course, we were able to bring all our products straight to the market, and they can pick without having a retailer just buy certain amounts from us or certain stock from us and just offer that stock. So it's a complete product line. The complete product line that we're able to produce in our farm, we're able to offer to our customers. So the question is, how do we stay profitable? Now, I'll tell you a quick story. about when we started. Because when we started, we were just a farm, the small farm there. But a couple of people started a gift business also during that time because everyone thought that we should take advantage of our overseas Filipino workers, which is like 10 million, to send gifts to the Philippines. So among those who started this business with us was a startup company. They were funded by a venture capitalist, and they set up a shop here in the Philippines. They're all from a very big foreign schools, a group of Filipinos. There's also a conglomerate that joined in. I won't mention the names because it might not be appropriate. But anyway, there was a startup, a conglomerate, and then us. So what did these guys do? The startup, of course, they had money. They had a venture cap money. So what they did is they purchased equipment. They purchased trucks to deliver. They purchased servers. They hosted their website in their own servers. That was a thing here before. If you have a website, you don't want to go to a host. You host it yourself. And then they built the websites from scratch. Okay? And then, of course, they hired their tech guys. Now, what did the other guy do? They said, there's this startup that's doing a flower and gift company, but we're a conglomerate. Let's do more of what they're doing. So they bought more trucks, more people, more computers, and more of everything. Basically, they just did twice over what the startup did. Now, of course, what do? We're the smallest among these startups, and we had no money. So us, that's us. We outsourced our website. I use a standard software for my website. We didn't build it from scratch, and it's still running on the same software today. We outsource our logistics. I didn't buy a single truck. In fact, the first truck I bought was 2 years ago for my staff to get around, but we don't own trucks. We never had, and I don't think we ever will, but we'll see. And then we outsource even our payment, the way we're paid. We outsource that, and the website design, all those things are outsourced. And then us, and then there was basically one computer. When we started, it was just me receiving the orders, talking to clients, and then putting things. Then I have guys assembling the boxes, and then we give it to the courier to deliver. So the challenges, many challenges. One is to convince everyone to take our business, the guys we outsource to, because we're a very small account, at least in 2000. So we have to convince them that we're worth their time. Next is developing deliverable products. As you know, our products are highly perishable. How do you deliver it from here to Davao, for example, or Cebu? The sophistication of our couriers. Our couriers, when we talk to them, they give us the standard boxes and stuff. And I said, no, we don't want to deliver in those, because during that time, you have to remember, the couriers delivered bank statements and letters and all these things. So they gave us standard boxes. But the thing is, we don't want to deliver standard boxes. We want to deliver our bouquets and our vases and all that stuff. And of course, the technology challenges of those logistics companies. So it's important to note that when we started, we were rejected by all major couriers. We had to go with a small startup courier and then build our credibility until the big couriers thought that we did good business and were big enough for them to accept. So we were rejected. So we actually didn't know how to deliver our products. So what did we do? Okay. What we did first is, as a small business, we had to increase our credibility. So this is very simple. We hired staff. I even gave our staff the ultimatum: if you can't do email, email was still a big thing during that time. If you can't do email, I can't let you stay. And then we hired new staff, new marketing guys who are a bit that can handle computers and stuff. So that's what we tried our very best to build credibility. We made a profile of our company, put our best foot forward, and showed these guys that we were a good company and we're a disciplined company, and we will be able to basically pay you if you take us as a customer. Of course, I say that like it's easier. It's much easier said than done, but we were able to do it. We also adjusted a lot. For example, our packaging, our shipping boxes are made specifically for the couriers so that they will not have to complain when we give them a box. It'll stand the trip from here to Davao, for example. Now, we knew our products could do the trip because we export products. So we know that if we put it in a box and we ship it out to Hong Kong, it'll work. So much more if we just ship it out to Cebu or Cavite or Davao. So we knew this would work. So we made our packaging so that it's well adjusted to the couriers. They didn't need to adjust to us. They just needed to quote us the price, and then we were able to deliver. We made our process smoother, and we were very flexible to what they need. So I'll talk more about that later. Okay, so we built our systems with the logistics process in mind. So we asked our logistics providers, what do you need? What do you need for you to deliver our products? And all our IT systems, we based it on that, so that no one has to adjust to us. So that's what. So for example, they say, "Oh, we need airway bills printed." When our orders come in, it's automatically printed, and then when they just come in, they get the airway bill, stick it in the box, and leave. We also collect information that they need. So for example, if they need a zip code, they need the province, they need whatever they need, we collect that information and pass it on straight to them. So our IT systems are adjusted to them. We also treat all of our suppliers like customers, from our box maker to our couriers to the people providing us ice, the people providing us with chocolates, all these guys. We treat them like our clients. So all these guys have been our suppliers for maybe 10, 12 years until they do something very wrong. And when they do something wrong, it's okay, we just talk about it. And then try to put a system so it doesn't happen again. But all our suppliers have been with us for many years. Even the one who prints our stationaries have been there. Our host has been there for 15 years. Our website developer has been there for 15 years also. So very long relationships. Also, basically we made all our systems so it works not with what we want, but with what we need for our suppliers and our customers. We also automated. We're one of the few companies, I think, that are completely on the cloud. We don't have any software on the ground. Even our word processors are cloud-based, our accounting's cloud-based, our ERP is cloud-based, our site is cloud-based. So we can basically operate the entire company, if we wanted to, on an iPad or an iPhone. But we don't, of course. But I like people coming to the office. I don't like them working from home. So everything, even our CRM is cloud-based. So we don't, we're very, we've gone through the whole software stage, and we're very, we've had many bad experiences, because as your software grows and your data grows, you have to buy new servers, all sorts of stuff. Now we got rid of our server. I'm so happy, no more server. All we have to worry about is a fast internet connection. So what we did, we had our farm lined with fiber optics. So we have fast internet connections, but that's it. The smaller the computer, the better for us. So no more servers, no nothing. We don't have anything. We have no software. We have a lot of subscriptions, but it's nice because it's also better on our overhead and the way, it's so much easier. And I don't have a tech guy. I have one, and we don't have an IT department. So, okay, so we automated everything, and for example, when you order an Island Rose, when you write your greeting card, of course you don't want people looking over your greeting card, copy paste and make a greeting card. Ours is automated. It goes out. The only person that sees that is probably the guy packing, but probably he won't see it either because he's busy packing the product. So you can write anything there. It's very private. Only a computer reads it and prints it. So yeah. We have a lot of other clients that are in politics or show business, so we've got a lot of those. So our privacy policy has to be solid. So one thing that we learned through the years is how to build influence. Because as a small company, of course, the influence is always on the bigger company, and we have to build our own influence so that we have more power towards our suppliers and people we speak to. One of the things I do is always sticking to one or two suppliers so that our account is always a sizable account instead of spreading it to many suppliers and it's small, small accounts. So that's one of the things I do. Because if they like working for us, if they earn from us, they like servicing us better also. So even the couriers, a lot of people give us proposals, but we always give our current suppliers the benefit of the doubt. We always treat them as an essential component. For example, shipping is built into the price when we price the product. We don't separate them. It's not an afterthought after. We don't charge our customers for it. It's built into our costing. So we do that a lot with all our suppliers, even services. It's an essential. It's all built in our price. So the more profitable they are with us, the better they will serve us. That's always the way we think. Oh, and of course, the more power or the more influence we have over our suppliers, the more options we have for new suppliers also. Because when one supplier says that these guys are good to do business with, then more people, we have more opportunities. We get software providers giving us great services. We've got more couriers asking for our business. So we have even more options. So building influence, especially for small business, is for me one of the most important things you can do for your business. It's really doing your business a great favor. So what happened through all that? We achieved nationwide delivery of superior products at reasonable prices. So our product, if you go to Manila Peninsula, for example, you buy there, or you will see that the prices, although they do offer a special service, which is their own way of presenting the product, but if you look at the prices, we basically deliver much lower than them. But of course, it's also a different product. They're value-added products by these florists. The ones who do not add value to our product when they resell it to our customers basically are gone. The only wholesale customers we have are the ones who are able to add value, more value to our product, and actually compete with us also when they're selling basically the same product to their clients. So again, we were able to retain our wholesale clients who add value to our product, but the ones who don't add value, I think basically they're gone. They've closed down because nowadays you have to add. If you're just a retailer and you're not making your own product, you have to add value to that product, or else they will just go straight to the supplier. Because nowadays everyone has a website, every supplier has a website, and you can basically go straight to them. Okay, so what happened with the startup, conglomerate, and SME? Well, I'm glad to report both of them are closed. Now we have a new set of websites, very strong ones. You got Lazada there. You have Zalora, many new retailers in the Philippines. But these guys I started with, I think they missed the point of the whole of e-commerce at that time. And they're both closed. And for us, we've diversified. We've added more products. We're a little bit bigger. We've grown. We have great customers, and we interact with our customers in our Facebook page. I think we have 80,000. My mailer has 50,000 subscribers. We interact all the time with them. The complaints are normal. We're highly perishable products, so these things really happen. I think what's important there is what we do about it. Because in our industry, it's unavoidable. These things, I think we're just next to the food industry when it comes to being able to correct, because these are both perishable. So we're only second to the food business when it comes to complaints and things like that. So, but we have great interaction with our clients, and a lot of them we're able to take back because we try to do our best, especially when we screw up. We contribute to education. We do this a lot. I do talks to some schools. We're open whenever they want a case study on us and stuff. I think we're pretty advanced for small business. We've won many awards, and basically, I think we've done okay. But I think the most important is the outsourcing model that we did is basically adopted by most companies now. If you look at the new e-commerce companies, they all outsource their couriers. They all outsource their hosting. They all outsource, they all outsource their web development, for example, or mostly do. And even things like cloud computing, all these things that we started very long ago, a lot of them have adopted the same model. Now, I'd like to end by saying a short story that was told to me before. It's a story about two generals. After the Vietnam War, they were in an event like this, and they were having drinks. And the American general, he went to the Vietnamese guy and said, there was this place that you were guarding, and we were trying to penetrate this place. But the thing is, you're always well supplied with guns and food and stuff. So what we did was the bridges towards your place, we blocked them with tanks, a lot of people, a lot of firepower, artillery. But you were still able to get supplies to the other side. And the American guy was perplexed how this could happen, because they had the technology, and they had the people, and they had the money to throw at defending that bridge so that no Vietnamese can pass. So the Vietnamese said, so he said, how'd you do it? He asked the Vietnamese general. And the Vietnamese general said, we built a bridge. So the general said, no, we blocked all the bridges. It's impossible. No, we built a bridge underwater until the chest. And we carried our supplies on our head. But from the outside, from the top, you cannot see the bridge because it's underwater. So, well, the moral of the story is, if you have money to throw at the problem, you probably tanks, people, all these things. But if you don't have money, that's where creativity comes. So the Vietnamese were able to solve a very difficult problem without throwing anything at it, just by being more resourceful. So I guess that's how we think, and that's how I've always thought when I was trying to build this company. So with that, thank you very much.